12 CrossFit Games appearances and a trio of podium finishes has made Becca Voigt-Miller a legend in the sport of fitness. Today, we catch up with the OG Valley girl on her quest for 13. Hello and welcome everyone inside the studio. Tommy Marquez here with 12-time CrossFit Games athlete, 10 times as an individual, 2 times as a master. She's finished on the podium, Spirit of the Games winner, you name it, she has done it. Becca Voigt-Miller joins me now. Becca, thanks so much for chatting with me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So real quick, just want to check in, how's training going and how's the affiliate going as the owner of CrossFit Training Yard down in LA?
Training's going really good. I feel like I've gotten to hit a little bit of a stride. I'm really happy about that. Things that I've been working on all season have started to take a corner, and really I'm getting better at them. And so I'm happy about that. More happy about our affiliate. We're actually expanding in the same location. We just have acquired a few more square feet. So we are in the process of moving in. That should be any day now. And so that's been really exciting.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I've been fortunate enough to train down there, so I know that's big news. So congratulations. This is your first year in the 40 to 44 division in the Masters category. So what would you say was your approach to the season as far as balancing Masters, individual, and both sides of that competition?
You know, because of the year that we've had, it's, kind of just taking it day to day, going into the full open, just saying like, let's see where the cards end up. And, if I make it to individual, that's exciting. And I'll go ahead and tackle that with the same intensity that I'm going to tackle the 40 to 44 and just have some fun. I'm excited to be able to do this with my training partners. And it's definitely the same mindset for both competitions because they're equally difficult.
And so you were more than a dozen years at the top of the sport now. And I'm curious, kind of reflecting on that, what does your training and recovery practices look like now compared to, the early days at Aromas or even the first couple of years in Carson?
Yeah, there's just a lot more recovery. I think because I've been in the sport for a really long time, recovery tools and what you need to do on a daily basis has evolved, and so have I. Becoming a little bit older in the sport, I've definitely taken some things that may have not been red flags in the past, but my hip mobility needs to be at the top of the game, mostly because I want to be able to get off the toilet when I'm 80 years old. And if I'm not paying attention to this stuff, it'll sneak up on me and really interfere with quality of life down the road. And it does help my CrossFit. So yeah, definitely taking it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, definitely love the longevity approach. And kind of in a similar vein, talk to me a little bit about the difference between athletes in the top of the sport at the games, 10 years ago versus today. What really stands out about the differences between them?
The big differences is really the recovery and the food intake that athletes are doing. 10 years ago, you're having a hamburger, maybe some French fries, and then you're laying on, a towel or a blanket next to your competition, and you're just shooting the breeze. But this year, nowadays, it's a little bit more intense. You have your coaches, you have all of your meals measured out, your recovery is timed perfectly to your next event. It's just becoming more and more like a traditional professional sport, which is really cool. I just hope that we don't lose that community aspect and that friendships that we acquire along the way when we compete with people time and time again.
Yeah, no doubt. Would definitely love to see that community thing continue on throughout basically the entire history of the sport. So on a day-to-day basis, what would you say it is that fires you up and kind of motivates you to compete even this far into your career?
I think what fires me up the most is my members at my gym. It's so cool to see the support that they give me. On a day-to-day basis, they are genuinely asking about how my training went. They really want to know. They want to know how I fared against my training partners. And I think that their want for this is as equally or maybe even more important to me than just wanting it myself.
hey, you know, it's that community coming back to support you. Always good to hear that. So, you know, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you know, you've been to the games a dozen times. You've stood on the podium, both in the individual and in the Masters competition. You've won the Spirit of the Games. What would it mean to you at this stage of the game to be able to add the title CrossFit Games Champion to the accolades on your belt?
I think that would be really awesome. I think that that's the one thing that I have not been able to grasp, standing on top of that podium. So it would be a very proud moment for me. However, that's not the ultimate thing. If I never stand there, I don't think that my career is a failure. It's just something that I can continue to work for, but yeah, I think I would be very proud of myself for that, but I'm not also going to be disappointed if it doesn't happen.
No doubt. Well, Becca, thank you so much for chatting with me today. You're an absolute legend of the sport. I think you speak for everyone when we think that no matter what, it's not going to be a failure, and you've had a tremendous career. So best of luck along the way, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Becca Voigt Miller going for Games invite number 13. If she's going to do it as an individual, it'll be happening at the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge. Those semifinals kick off May 28th. If you're looking to maybe support the cause at the CrossFit Games, applications for volunteer spots at the Games are open now. And of course, Games tickets are on sale, and you can get the volunteer application as well as your tickets to Madison at games.crossfit.com.